which I'll say overstanding, inner standing, understanding, top stand, side stand, back stand, and they throw the stand and stand with the people.
Stand with the people then.
That's
Yes.
the
Love it.
people.
Yeah.
If solution you are, look, then everything is everything.
Greetings! We are say, how's everybody out there in the world of North? I'm in one of them. You see, one thing with me, right? If you don't realize, let me introduce myself. My name is Jumperz, aka Sean E, aka Sean Eubank, aka one more you have to find out. Trying to sort out this live right now and see if I can get my good brethren in this thing. Brother in Jamaica, Talawa. We are say.
All right.
Look at that.
Okay, greetings.
You see the timing? You know me just drop him in it. As soon as they say name, him turn up. Him just turn up. Yeah. We are say, my brother. Where I go?
Yeah, man. Out in St. Thomas.
Yeah, St. Thomas.
A place called Wheeler Field on the way to Bath Fountain. This road takes you to Bath Fountain, which is, the mineral springs, hot water springs coming out, of the river. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'm actually by a spring here.
Are you by a spring? All right, people.
Yeah, that's a spring. Yeah, natural spring water. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Show again.
Sure.
I'm sure you. So it bubble up.
Yes, it's bubbling up. If you look, it's bubbling up sort of over here.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you can see it.
Just slightly. Don't worry.
I should.
Everything so you can see them things there later in my life. But yeah.
Yes, sir. So there is a bit of traffic on the road, and stuff, But everybody, let me tell you, this is really the country, because everybody that passes you is gonna hail you up.
Yeah.
It's not like city life and vibe, So a group of us came down here. We built a cabin, helping with our brethren here, and these are my brethren and things. And we all came down here. We were running it hard because we came down here at like 1 a.m. And I could take you to meet them briefly.
Yeah, man.
You want to do that?
Yeah, man. People, come on, man. Yeah. While we're here, we're gonna see who's here and what go on. Yeah, tell our people them are our people them. And that's true?
Sure. So you see, the trailer came down here, brought down this trailer, was attached to a SUV, and brought down, lumber and zinc and tools and stuff like that. And so, it's just a strength being given to a brethren down here, known by Taboo. Because I'm going up by Taboo right now. You get to meet Taboo. The man, they wrote, man. The man is a spiritual guide to on many levels. Taboo. Yeah, man.
Aye. King Selassie.
Yes, sir. We are still, my brother.
There, They try to make a difference,
Yeah,
my brother,
man.
Yeah, man. I love what I'm going to do. We can create our own thing at a different level.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I saw we have to do this.
So
I saw we have to do this because when you think about like where you is right now, where I am right now, where everybody else is, it's about consciousness. But like you have to have options. You have to have things that you know so have to get built from scratch because certain things is artificial in a life, So where you both is right now, the right place. Trust me. I love that. Yeah, man.
Look at the cave systems. Look at the cave systems. Look at the rocks. It's an ancient place, you see it? Right?
Hold on.
And
Keep
my brethren.
Tell her why you might have to slow it slightly so we can see it because it kind of glip.
Yeah, man.
There you go. There, slightly slower.
Yeah, so we're virgin for years. Yeah, so we're virgin for years. So guess what? Watch it.
If me never
Yeah, man.
that, we wouldn't see that. I love that.
Go right up another rock.
How many years?
Well, Taboo, no,
Right,
Geronimo. Geronimo, where's Geronimo?
He gone, but when me just come up here, me build a house around us for my birthday with America.
Yeah.
And me knew him round here. From about 90. From in the 90. You understand? So he have to give you further behind when he there here. You understand? But I in the 90 when me come here and build a house for my birthday, so I meet him on the road. And him give him from them time there, I give him roots. And we used to beat up the hill. Sunday evening time, because I used to like come spend the weekend up and do some work and go back down. But you see, like Sunday night time, them have a stage show in the land, now one little land there. Me have to run off of the hill when Geronimo start singing, brother man. To go catch him before him done singing. The way the man voice so weak, them time that the man young guy, man, and the man voice so weak. You see me I say?
So,
yeah, it's still sweet, but them every picnic.
Yeah.
I run in a Sunday night, I'll gather for just watch, listen to Geronimo.
So you see, Geronimo just went out to get some material or something with Rasta article next family member too.
Yeah.
No, my uncle.
So
that's
about
my
the
uncle.
roots. You can't leave without telling about the roots, because you know over here in England we have so much different. We was looking for the right one, but not all the right one. Them really, really proper. I know about roots, but when we have them in England, it's not the same. So what's it like for you?
Well, our product like the roots. Bongo and roots come from the old man. From in the 60s. A place named Back Tivoli. Him a boil it there, so, and I distribute it. Till him leave from there, so, and live up Mountain View, Roxbar Avenue, boiling the same roots. Him get a different name, so them call him Iron. Up the same name, Iron. Right. So when him come now and him end up at Bulby.
Yeah.
Left of mine. Cambridge Road. You see me, them call him Bongo One up there, sir. You see me?
Bongo One,
yeah. I remember
that name, Bongo One.
Yeah.
But so he's a healer. It's not just roots.
Everything. Everything. Is a bush doctor.
Yeah.
That man is a bush doctor. I'm very just to see work where you are doing now. Mental. All right, I want to give you a joke. One evening, little boy, I come from school. But we see one of my virgin, I cry like he must say, can't take it in problem. I say, what kind of problem? And he must say, yo, stepfather. He lie down on the bed, and the bed a spin with him, and him stepfather peep over upon him and say, dead, for dead. My case and dead. You see me? And the bed a spin, so. They must say to me, say, he can't go in the house to sleep. So when we go so boom now, and say to him, say, what the two of we are looking at we can't match up with this. So my father there come, talk to him about it. And my father upon him donkey I go home, you know, because my father part up him donkey come from town, you know, and not at the hills, you know, because my father live in the hills, you know. See me? Hey, Rastafari, I get emotional. He want now. And the youth said to me, say, he can't manage his stepfather. So I say, talk to my father. And my father said, you want a solution? Get 2 pieces of zinc and knock up something and move out. Come out of the house. A female house? He say, yeah, I ain't believe it. Father said, my father tell him, say, come out. That's the only way you're going to stay alive. It's when he would come out of the house, you would build about 3 rooms for himself. And him living at 1 and rent 2. The youth would have suffer, but them have done in a minute, rise up, and make himself a man. Proper trade man now. Proper trade man now. So the struggle is real, son. Sometimes when the mental, when you catch up the brain, the pressure catch your brain, you have to have somebody conscious that can uplift it back to naturality.
Yeah. And you see how powerful God is. It can just work through anybody. You understand? And that moment there, he needed that. He needed that moment. Yeah, love that.
While
Love that.
never forget that. Never forget. That's a moment in my life when I never forget. When the sister, 2 kids, I have to make a decision.
Yeah.
And I said, him have a decision to make, me have one to make for him. And the first man come to me, I'm a father. I'm say, talk to that man. I'm say, daddy was such and such, and daddy just tell him, say, move out. And right now, me tell say, if you see that you there right now, proper trade man, and him well manifest. I'm having more look flat. You see me, I say?
Yeah.
So more time, you just need a word of consciousness to move on, to uplift yourself.
Yes.
You see me?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Taboo is a bush doctor to him more right too, because
Yeah, man.
yeah, man, I come a bush, you know, watch out. A fire start right away, you know.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at red ants around here too, so we have to be careful. So,
Anything them bite.
Game piece of the earthquake.
the earthquake,
Yeah, man, the earthquake, I think take off the piece of water.
see, you see?
Everything in my pocket.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're just sharing, you know, I mean, if you look at, it's ancient, you know, look at this tree here. What kind of tree is that, Taboo? This one with the roots.
You have to ask Geronimo that, you know.
Look at the roots, because Geronimo might be back any minute now, but look at the roots intertwined on this cliff face here.
You have to keep it slightly steady and slow. There you go. Just like that. Yeah. Love it. Okay.
Right? And then the earthquake. Whoops. I'm climbing up a slippery hill, the rain does fall. So we have to take good time. But there was an earthquake to that, you know, shifted up some stuff. I mean, these are massive rocks, you know, and it actually shifted a bit of the rock. But you see the tree has held it. You see that tree?
Yeah.
The tree is actually holding it, but it broke away a bit up there.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, look at the root system. I mean, it's so beautiful down here in Wheelerfield, which takes you all the way to Bath Fountain. You know, look at the roots in that. You know, look at the roots hanging down. So, you know, I mean, it's about healing with nature, you know, and allowing yourself to be climbing a rock at the same time. So, I mean, and the fruit trees around here, coconut, banana, plantain, ackee, star apple. I mean, you name it, the fruit trees are around here. And this is just a valley, and then behind me, you go up into the mountain. You know, I mean, you know, Jamaica up and down a mountain, so, you know, we have to tap in more to this healing practice. You know?
Yeah. It's true.
You know, and there are many ways to do that. So we're going to be exploring that everything and everything is everything.
Everything
you know?
is everything. That's right.
Jumperz come up with that name there, boy. I love it. From you came up with that name, I was like, boy, that's the name. You know? Everything is everything.
Yeah.
Name of this podcast or oddcast or the cast.
Yeah. Whatever cast you want, cast it. You know what I mean? But it's happening, and that's the good thing. And you know, it's funny because we were speaking earlier I introduced Talawa to my good sister, you know. If in a sense of like Peaches, yeah, known her from 13, you know. I'm gonna be 50. I'm gonna be 50 next year, and so like we've crossed paths at different moments, and the timing. We were talking about therapy. She was on a show, another TikTok earlier, and talking about therapy and things like that. And one of the key things, even for us doing this journey on this live, when we say everything is everything, it means everything we are gonna talk about. You know what I mean? I'm born British from the UK. You know, Talawa is born in Jamaica, and we have 2 different perspectives. You know what I mean, to share, but at the same time, we have so much things align with what we are doing going forward. And one of the things is to try and build a stronger vibration, bring a balance, bring a unity, look at questions that even if the question might not have the answer for it, we don't ignore the question, because the question still is there to be answered, whatever that is. You know what I mean? That's how deep we
Yeah,
have to look
because I mean, we
into
want interaction. Interaction will help to organically grow this, um, way, because we want to transmit energy and transmit solutions that, maybe, some of them, maybe you don't. And so we share with you, you share with
Yeah.
us. It's just along those lines. It's about unification, um, here in the Caribbean and Africa and the world. I mean, essentially the whole world, Um, but of course, as I'm a mixed race person, for example, I have family out of Ghana and family out of England, So, we're going to be exploring things like that.
Okay.
But let me give you a little bit about myself. I've been behind the camera for 30 odd years, some directing, mostly camera work, some producing. I worked on a few films, how Stella got her groove back. I worked on Instinct as a youngster in my 20s, a couple other films, then in TV, various areas, including entertainment. So I've done that for most of my life. So to actually go on camera, it's new for me because I always hid behind the camera. I was just always behind the camera. So it's a journey on many levels. And I'm
Mm.
happy to be here with Jumperz, who is that my brother and who is my brother, but who has a lot of depth in his experiences. And he's very good at communicating. So you take over, my brother.
Yes.
You run the
So
track.
yeah, man, my brother. So yeah, as introduced me as Jumperz. That's one of my names, and one of my names that were given to me in a sense of, yeah, Jamaicans have nicknames, right? And if I was going to embrace, or you could say street name from a UK's perspective, road name or whatever nickname, it was given to me. And them names there, you can't. I never like it when I first hear it. You know what I mean? The person that said it to me, one female said, "Oh, they should call you Jumperz," and I'm gonna explain why they didn't call me that. And that, yeah,
Hmm.
I come from the youngest siblings of seven, five sisters, only for aunties. My mummy and my daddy, between my mum and my dad, I got about 40 aunties and uncles between the two of them directly. But then my dad was also raised as an orphan by another family, then would have add another 20 odd, because my granddad have about 17, and that, yeah, already just children alone. So we are from a very big family, and the age difference between me and the second youngest is 7. So all of them older than me are like kind of come like auntie to the eldest, like my mother, if I be honest with you. So the generation gap between me and my, say, like my nieces, them, the eldest one is 2 years difference between me and them. So my connection with the family is like I'm the right in the middle when it comes down to what the heritage is there that needs to be passed on to the next generation that connects. That's in within my family alone. Now pass that over
That's
to
a huge
how I work.
family. That's huge. I mean, my family is small. Well, who I know, it's just nothing near what your size of your family is that you're aware of
That I'm
anyway.
aware
Maybe
of.
there's more, but I just don't know.
Yeah. And
Um,
going back to like my background, I used to rap when I was a child. I almost got signed to Richard Branson's label. I will even mention Power Lords is who was actually behind, like, who brought us in. That was my brethren's cousins. Them Power Lords were the first to do a synchronized rap tune for a Game Boy Mario Nintendo, yeah, Mario rap. That was on the TV when I was 15 years old. I saw that in the UK. Now, to anyone that don't understand what that means, at 15 years of age, to see your people them have a big record deal like that, and then telling you that you're gonna get signed up to Richard Branson. I was telling my mother I don't need to go to school. She started laughing at me and telling me to go read your book and tell. Yeah. So the reality that lit me I could tell you the story behind that. I dropped the rap thing. I moved on to the sound thing from '88. So now I was inspired by Stone Love, Metro Media, you know, them sort of sound, them Bodyguard, Bass Odyssey, and then the old sound them from even before. We could go as far as Caveman sound if you want to go that far with certain sound that we know. Unity in the UK. I had that. Why? Because I was used to being in front of an audience. You understand? So now I'm now doing the sound thing. That never lasts too long because we had too much man that come over from yard, start shoot up the dance, try and extort certain people. Then we had so much beef with the police, just lock off everything. So my next stage from there was doing mixtapes. So I pioneered the mixtape industry in the UK. The blueprint that I took from America, how America blew up when you had 50 Cent before he even have his music. I was selling the mixtapes them there. Vibes Cartel, Cassette Jones. I bring the Federation to Cassette Jones personally when I reach the UK. Yeah. Dollar Sham, Richie Feelings, them sort of people them there. The mixtape shop was big enough to have Damian Marley coming to check me at the shop. Having people like Brad from K Slay, people them in New York to come and check the shop. It was something no one had never seen before. So without
You started young. You started young.
Industry in the UK.
Yeah, you pioneered this at a young age. I mean,
yeah, this was like from look, if I be honest with you, what inspired me was I was married, settled down, and that thinking that I'd done with the music thing. Yeah, that weren't my path. I was trying to be the married man. Yeah. My son that was born named Sanchez after the singer, so that make you know already where my mind is already there. Yeah, when he was born, and that me and my partner, it never worked. He had to come and live with me, and he inspired me to move away from working for anybody else. Yeah, you have to understand when your family come before anybody that think that you have to work for them. You understand what I say? Yeah, it can.
Rain start fall. I still have a talking about. I'm going to go under a tree.
Yeah,
in a tree.
You can't miss about the rain in Jamaica, you know. You see, Jamaican people, them frightened of rain. Them frightened.
No, let me tell you.
If English people, them, if you're ever in Jamaica and you run around in a rain and you see people that look for you like you're mad, it's because you're mad.
Yeah, I know. Listen, 1 second. I'm multitasking. Somebody trying. Who is calling me Taboo? Because we're juggling. Because look at Taboo. Taboo is setting up like he's burning out certain parts of just ground leaves, just to clear the area because we have to stack it with rocks and stuff. So a call was coming to me while I was talking to you. The rain started to fall. It's action, you know.
But everything happens live. This is what I love. You know what I mean? This is what I be organic. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah. And anyway, whatever I'm talking about people, and we'll get back to that because we've got so much things to talk about. But like, bottom line is, I have a media company, I have a CIC, and for anyone that understands that in the UK, which is like a charity for anybody else across the seas, and and I run that, and with other directors that are in the company as well, people like Peaches, Lauren, you know what I mean, and Cass, my sister Sarah, you know, we're a family-run business. The family is run for a reason because we are inviting family mentality to come along and work with us, yeah. So that's it. That's about it. One
second, Jumperz. Watch out. You see, because we're down here to do this, but I'm also filming a music video. I'm doing film a music video for Geronimo. So that the producer is calling on the other phone. Which producer? Geronimo producer? So I'm hoping Geronimo will come back in time. I mean, the rain now coming down. But as blessing as Taboo says. Taboo there.
All right then, we jump back. Yes. Yeah. Say this. We want you want to jump back in later? I
want a mentor. You say I'm on the rock, and Taboo say I'm on the rock. I'm actually on a rock. Yeah. Literally. So I'm going to come down off of the rock and go under a more secure tree
All
But
right then.
so yeah, I just trod the earth, brother.
Yeah, man.
And
So we have to do this.
you know, is I mean, listen.
So just in case you're not too
You
sure
see,
what
red
trodding
and
is, that is
bike in
we
the
used
rock
to walk
store
along
around
there
there.
to all our, you know, try and keep this really, you know what I mean? That's why I'm here. And I
What's
remember
that?
back in the day. And sorry, Tyler was going to say, so what you trying to say? We can't speak proper English. I know how to speak. I hear craft. Who hear craft the other day talk the British. Oh my gosh, it was something else.
You
Oh dear.
got a
Yeah.
cup of tea there for
Tell it.
me, Sean.
So you
I
see?
mean, my mother is from England. You know, I've traveled back and forth. I've lived in London. You know, I've lived in a few places. I've lived in Germany for 3 months. I lived in London for a year, almost 2 years. I lived on the Isle of Wight. Um,
Isle of Wight.
you know,
Okay.
Isle of Wight. Yeah, I went to school for a year there when I was about 13, going 14, about 14 years of age. I went to school for 1 year on the Isle of
How did you
Wight.
find it?
Well, white in Jamaica and black in England. I mean, you know, you go into the class, you get introduced. No, and the kids literally said, are you guys still swinging coconut trees down there like monkeys? I mean, this is what the kids said to me when I was introduced the first time I went to Cowes High School.
What is that, in the 80s?
Um,
Is that in the 80s?
that would have been in 1984.
1984.
1984.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make sense. That would make sense.
I
Yeah.
mean, you see, it was an all white. I mean, there was maybe one mixed kid there, but he fitted in. He can't, you know. But then there's one kid, you know, black virgin that came there, but they
Mm-hmm.
know how to fit in because they're used to the culture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was hard for me to fit in, but you know, my grandparents were great. I rode to school on a bicycle. I lived there for a year, and I went to this school, and you know, just interesting stuff happened. You know, like I was in the Scouts. I joined the Scouts. I didn't have any friends really. My neighbors were my friends, really,
I
to
would
be
say.
honest. And we lived out in the bush, in cow pastures. We're surrounded by cow pastures. You know, but um, you know, the Isle of Wight is a bit of a holiday place. You know, where people go. I gather, you know, to the
Yeah.
south of England. But that's one aspect, and you know, but then in the school, yes, it was just, it was an interest, it is exposure at a young age, where, you know, you're on a hovercraft traveling across to the Isle of Wight, or you're on a speedboat, or you're on the ferry. I mean, these are experiences for young teenager. They're themselves experiences. My grandfather had a yacht. I used to go yachting with him. My uncle's a yacht designer of race
Wow.
yachts, Steve.
Okay.
So I got a varied level of experience, and some things were shocking when I think back at it. Like I was in the scout class after school at the Isle of Wight, you know, in Cowes High School on the Isle of Wight, and you know, we went on training exercises shooting a 303 like rifle with blanks, and next thing I know, they pulled out an AK-47 and said, "Okay, we're going to learn to pull this gun down." I'm like, really? And I actually left the class. And I'm 14 years old in 1984. And I don't really have a propensity for guns. I don't know what happened, but I literally, when they pulled the AK-47 out, I ditched the class. I had to give back the Chris camouflage jacket to my love.
Wow.
If anything, it was a camouflage jacket. I didn't want to give back the camouflage jacket. But once you